3,000 people. That is what we used as example questionnaire, but totally 8,000 people had given some information. So this is the event space that we considered, so that we could trace each and every component, whether they played chess in Yahoo or a specific tool or Chess Mentor, Chess Demo. Basically, they were all traced, and this the event frame is basically the order in which they were introduced. So always there was a demo first, and then there were games being played, and then there were tests being conducted, and the teacher's feedback being sorted. And this frame was like continuously going on, and we could basically label each and every student with this particular schema. And yeah, and we had a scheme to understand the learning event, and we even analyzed the computer-based learning software. These are the ways in which the computer-based learning software was used, especially to like identify the educative element and the usage in the present study. And these are the 35 sessions that NIIT had managed, and we split into 5 stages based on the alignment with the national curriculum. And yeah, the usage profile from Chess Mentor basically gave this particular profile, and it was the average for every 30 users in a classroom. And basically it also gives different features of Chess Mentor, especially when they click the key squares button or pieces to squares button, it basically generates certain helps, and these are the different help menus in terms of inclusive of no help taken to like the tool selection help or the puzzle information, whether it's hard or easy, we could still able to quantify information. And we wanted to still corroborate more evidence with this, and we went into a state-of-art technique known as question matrix, which basically derives certain concepts from the questions asked, and when you have the concepts and the response, basically it gives you a perspective of whether they understood the concepts or not. Once you create a giant matrix of what they understood and what they didn't understand, you could single out questions which they understood and the concepts which they understood. So if you look into the concepts, you can basically identify whether the concepts are coming from chess or coming from the subjects that they have been introduced or the questionnaire information that have been introduced. And we can clearly identify pockets of areas where you always have the chess ideas and you always have the education ideas, and that's how we identified a list of questions for which like they can correlate with the questions that is raised and the answers that they have produced. So I'll just quickly go to the results. So this is how the concept worked. Based on the questionnaires, we didn't refuse any inputs. Generally for studies, we generally take more information in terms of who's answered what, and we eliminate responses. But in this method, you don't have to eliminate anything. If nobody answers anything, it means you're disoriented rather than you don't understand. And if you start to understand on the last stage, you are a slow learner. And if you start to identify it earlier and you miss it, practically it's the same questioning pattern. So it basically gives you your orientation levels. And this is an example for the giant Q matrix where we have like 25 questions and different concepts organized. And these are the response. 1 implies that they understood the concept, 0 implies they didn't understand the concept. And basically this produces a clear identification of what are the questions and what are the concepts they clearly understand. And this is from chess, this is how we identified concepts based on the 35 lessons, what it is with respect to different pieces and different positions, sessions that they were using. And Finally, this is a comparison between the 4 zones where what they were trying to do is apply a principle or apply a procedure, and there was a maturity in terms of chess opening and chess middle game. Of course, we didn't find any end game over there. And this is the comparison between 4 different zones, which clearly says that in the maximum understanding area, you clearly find concepts and chess. So this is how we validated the research. And yeah, basically Anand played during the final tournament. And this is the positioning of the study and some of the salient features. This is the final report that we developed. So these are the 6 sections, and I'll make the report available in the website as well. And some of the future directions, the Mind Champion Academy has just been an icebreaker. It has not been a complete experience, and we hope we need to build more centers of excellence which will demonstrate the complete exposure of chess. Thank you.